Here we go. So just starting off with some primer, we're just going to dot that over the face, and then we're just going to blend that with our fingers just to make sure that it's really spreading out where we need it to cover the skin and protect it from the makeup we're going to be applying. And okay, drop something. Great, you know, elegant. Next is foundation. So just sort of squiggling that on, just making sure you get it where you want it to go, and apparently don't use a brush. Why are we using our fingers? Oh, there's the brush. Okay, blend out the foundation with a brush just to make sure that you are getting it even and blended out properly, because we are going to be layering some things and it is also way too hot. This is too pale, but you know, working with it. And I wouldn't, not usually inclined to do this, but just trying to, you know, balance everything out. So just blend out that concealer. I'm just using the same foundation brush, may as well. Helps everything to blend in a little bit smoother. If you want, you can use your fingers or a sponge. I just prefer a brush. Next, we're going in with some illuminating cream. I don't know why I forgot that word for a second, but I did. Yay! And something else I forgot? My light. Oh, that moment you realized you stuffed up the beginning. Okay. So now blending out that illuminating cream just on the high points of the face or wherever else you personally prefer a bit of a glow to happen. And now we're going in with a metallic bronze and a metallic gold cream shade, and basically using the metallic gold almost as a contour. If you can see, at least I hope I can explain this properly, but it's almost as if you're contouring slightly off-center to where you would normally contour. So not in the exact spot, just slightly off. Because it's not the contour, but it's almost the like highlight and contour had a baby. And then going with the gold metallic, just so that you can get some of that actual buildup of highlighter happening. Then we're going in with some bronzer. So we want a harder line, we want that real warm color happening, because we really want that to look almost like it's rusted. It's like the skin's rusted, like it's just doing its own thing. It's not abiding by human laws, it's abiding by steampunk laws. Now blend out all that contouring with a blusher that's got some gold reflex in it. This just helps to blend everything nice and easily together. It's also quite soft, so it does bring a little bit of different color back to the skin, a tiny bit of pink. And now we're going in with a solid, like this is solid gold highlighter, just to really amp up all that highlighting and contouring we've been doing. And pull a funny face because it's time to go in for the eyes. So just popping a neutral shadow, you know, close to your skin color across the whole lid, and then blending into the crease with a light neutral brown shade, and also under the eye, just to get that initial framing of the shadow shape down. Blend, blend, blend. Now going in with these two shades, we're going to start mapping out the shape that we want for the shadow. So just sort of starting at the corner of the eye and working it up into the crease and just going back and forth. It's all about the blending, or the lack of blending, as you'll see soon. And then going with a clean fluffy brush just to blend out the harsher line. So just going in, starting with the brown, we're just sort of going to start patting that onto the lid, building up that color in the outer third of the eye. You can see that I'm sort of inching towards halfway, but I don't want it quite there. I want to create more of a lift in the eye, which is going to be achieved. Oh no, apparently I am going in halfway. Anyway, by sticking the darker color out in the outer third of the eye, you're going to create more of a lift to the eye shape. Taking the same brush from earlier and blending, And now going in with a very gold shadow and just really packing that onto the inner half, inner third, whatever you want to call it, of the lid. And again, carving out that shape. Now we're going in with the gold, this gold shadow, so many gold shadows, and sort of blending the initial gold shadow into the brown and using it as a sort of a highlight, and blending out with a new brush, just defining that shape, and then going in with a jumbo pencil, because I love these to death, and lining the waterline and tightlining the upper line, also bringing it up onto the lid a bit because we're going to smudge that out so that we can darken the lid a little bit more. The reason I'm using these creamy jumbo pencil sticks instead of an eyeshadow is I'm wanting more of an oily oil spill kind of effect rather than a smooth blended out effect. Now going in, we're going to sort of create how do I describe this, smudgy lines with different eyeshadows and pencils. So sticking with browns and bronzes and golds, I'm just going to start sweeping the brush away from the outer corner of our eyes, all different directions. We're not after symmetry. It's almost like rust is spreading from different directions. Your head's been tilting and the runoff has just been going wherever your head's been tilting. Apparently you also do headstands so that it can go upwards. And also using the finger to blend out what the brush has left behind, just to get more of a smudgy look. Now going in with some mascara and lashes. So just lining the jumbo pencil across the band of the lashes just to darken it up a bit, and it'll hide better against the eyeshadow. Pop on some glue that magically appears and pop those lashes on. I'm using my fingers just because tweezers near the eye make me nervous. And yes, show off what you've done. Work it, fashion baby. Now on to the neck and the painting. So just outlining the shapes that you want to create on the neck using a jumbo pencil. So basically the idea here is that it's going to be overlapping bits of metal. So almost like someone has patched you up because you've had some sort of injury or some steampunk aesthetic piercing addiction that needed to be fed, and you're just trying to get that sort of effect going. Now we're just going to fill them in, and we're using lots of different colors here, but again sticking with browns, gold, silvers and copperish colors. I'm just using the Makeup Forever Flash palette and mixing up the colors using that. So it is a cream paint, which means it doesn't have a lot of longevity, but it does also mean that for all the blending that happens, it's going to be perfect because I'm going to be able to work with it for a while. The other benefit of it being a cream and having the jumbo pencils underneath is that I can do what's happening here, which is essentially erase the lines and change the shape if I decide that, you know what, I want it this way. And now we're going in with a dark brown jumbo pencil. Nope, sorry, that's a black jumbo pencil, and just outlining the shape and then blending it in with the brush. It's basically, the idea is to create an organic looking shadow and seam. Speaking of shadows, going in with some black eyeshadow now to again outline and define the shape of each metallic piece, and just gives the illusion of more of a 3D effect. We're now going to do that around the base of the body paint as well, and it get almost as if it's sitting on the throat and it's just casting a shadow. And now going in for some, I don't know whether to call these screws or nails, but just essentially dotting with black paint in the corners of each piece or wherever you feel there would be something holding it together. And I'm just using the end of the paintbrush because I felt like that was going to give me the most cohesive shape. And now highlighting with a white paint, but I'm using a thin brush for this. Topping it off with some bronze liquid lipstick and dabbing some black shadow in the center. Again, dimension, all about that life. I don't know what I'm saying right now. Okay. Damn it. Hey! Ugh. What do you think? What do you think? Did I do a good job? Oh, you don't care.